The man, the myth, the legend. Two big tournament today, $250,000 buy-in with a rebuy. Everybody else will punt you. You just sit there, you catch the punt. You want to do this as delicately as possible. Aces.
But I understand it's only $250,000 tournament, so it's nothing.
Yeah, you can't bluff me.
Do it all now, top corner light. All in, lit the fire when you doubt it, now I'm all in. Put me with the best, bring the stars in. Undefeated mode, no falling.
Well, good morning, people. I can't tell you how good it feels to be home, back on. You feel that regenerative power of the soleil, the sun. We feel fantastic. Listen, we went through a grueling week where we put in crazy hours down at the Horseshoe. So anytime we can have a little rest time, we do so. Had a nice little dinner last night, enjoyed some wine, as you saw. And of course, we got this, because Vino's about to happen. So we've got first drink of the night, Z-Biotics. And, you know, obviously, normally, you drink some wine, you'd feel the effects the next day. I'm telling you, this stuff actually works. I wake up after doing it, after taking the Z-Biotics, and I don't feel like I had any alcohol at all. Okay, so give it a try. Z-Biotics Pre-Alcohol Probiotic Drink is the world's first genetically engineered probiotic. It was invented by PhD scientists to tackle rough mornings after drinking. Here's how it works. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. It's a buildup of this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for rough days after drinking. Pre-alcohol produces an enzyme to break this byproduct down. Just remember to make pre-alcohol your first drink of the night, drink responsibly, and you'll feel your best tomorrow. Go to zbiotics.com/Daniel to learn more and get 15% off your first order when you use Daniel at checkout. Z-Biotics is backed with 100% money-back guarantee, so if you're unsatisfied for any reason, they'll refund your money back, no questions asked. Remember to head to zbiotics.com/Daniel and use the code Daniel at checkout for 15% off. All right, plan today is a little R&R. We're definitely not going on time. Gonna enjoy the view. Look at this place, man. It's just blissful. Feels so nice. As I said yesterday, there were two big tournaments today, $250,000 buy-in with a rebuy, so you could be in for $500. This is a infamous event for us because we had a selfie stick incident where it somehow, I don't know how it happened, it kind of flew out of my hand, hit the table, and then somehow hit the wall. It's a mystery to me how that happened, but it's not going to happen this year. We're on alert. We're going to hold this selfie stick tight. Plan right now is to go in maybe actually around 4. We're going to really enjoy our day and get some good R&R, so that way we're fresh and ready to play some no limit hold'em. If we go that late, actually, though, then it would only be like a 4 or 5 hour day. So we'll see. We'll get our day started. We'll move on from there. Morning, boys. You want to watch some golf with me? You want to watch some golf? That's what we're going to do for a little while here. I'm going to assume the position. I'm always I got lots of pillows. I'm a pillow guy. This is for my legs. These are doubles for my head. We got the espresso ready. In there is my chia seed water thingy. And here come the boys. You guys coming? Who wants the spot? Who gets the spot first? Who gets the nook? Come on. You first, Apollo. Come on. Come and get it. Come and get it. Oh, you got it. Okay, and you too. You're going to take your spot, I know. Your spot is right here on the lap. Okay, and Apollo likes to just, protect us. He's on guard right now. Watchdog. Thanks, buddy. Yeah. You tell him. What do you see? Huh? Okay, and you're just comfy here. You don't care. All right, we're going to relax today, okay, guys? Until we got to go to work. And then I'll feed you. Maybe I'll show people how we feed you on the floor because you won't eat off a plate. Because plates freak you out. Everything freaks you out. Yeah? You're so skittish. But you're a good boy, and Daddy loves you. You too, by the way. We love you both. Good boys. All right, let's see how these boys are playing right now. All right, let's take a look. In the app, you can take a look here. This is the 250K. These are the starters. As you can see, red guys are usually pros that I know of or whatever, but there's some I missed here. So the only non-pro, I'm not sure, I think this Matthew Belcher guy is a pro too. He's been playing, is Big Al DiCarlo. So he's showing up on time. That's 9-handed. Most people will show up late today. Okay. All right. Yeah, someone's texting me. I don't want you to see my text. Okay. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so 9 start. No rush. Take our time. Head over there when we're ready. All right, boys, you ready to eat? You ready to eat? Come on, let's go eat. This is how we feed them. That's their food. We add a little green bean, carrot, rice. Then, I'm gonna put this down for a second here and close this door for the distractions. They won't eat off the plate. Apollo will a little bit, but Rocky gets spooked. And they like to eat off the floor. So what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna take all this, I'm gonna dump it out, okay? And now we're gonna start chopping it up like this. And eventually, and then you throw him a little green bean, get him started. There you go, buddy. Little rice. He takes a minute, and then once they start going, they start eating it up. Cut these gently. Gotta teach Amanda how to do these gently, because she doesn't do it gently and it mushes into the floor. Okay, here, buddy. Here, grab a green bean. Okay, they'll start. Don't worry. You just gotta start chopping it up. Is the camera bothering you? Here, take this one. There you go. Okay, here we go. Now they're starting. And they'll eat to their heart's content. Little carrot for you, bud. There you go. Oh yeah. See, you gotta pull Apollo in because he's demanding. He wants you to throw it to him. You gotta bring him into me. Come here, buddy. There you go. There you go. Carrot. All right. So it will continue till it's all gone. All right, so Rocky already got his Medicam. This is a little Serenia pill. And what I do is I kind of hide it. I take a little bit of this, put it in a little ball, put it on top of a treat, and then he inhales it without an issue. Right, buddy? Here, that's you, Serenia. There you go. And you get one au natural, and then you get a follow-up, and then you get a follow-up, and you each get two. That's plenty, okay? I'm sure Amanda gives you about 8 or 9, because she's a treat lady. We know that. Yummy. Okay, as for me, it's my turn to eat now. So this is leftover bread from last night. I put it in the air fryer for a minute. Kill that. And then we're gonna do lettuce, tomato. I usually do red onion. I don't have any left, so we're gonna go with white. A little mostarda, a little follow your heart veganese. Some of this Yves salami deal. We got smoked provolone, and we'll put a little pickle on there. Add a little Himalayan salt, some pepper, and old Dina is making a sandwich. What are you doing?
Awake.
Hi. Did you have a good little nap?
Yeah.
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 You missed Din Din.
I know, I'm sorry.
Good news is, you still have.
I'm gonna eat it now.
You should.
Yeah.
Just, you know how to boil the water?
Don't
I'm
be a
just
dick.
saying, it's like, you know.
Don't be a dick. Listen, I was so tired. I've been in the trenches with these dogs.
You've been in the tree. Yeah, oof.
These dogs.
Oof, these dogs, oof.
Driven me nuts.
So, because they wake up
Medicine
early.
all day, in and out, and in and out, and in and out. And then Rocky won't come back in.
Yeah.
He refuses to come in. And I have to beg him.
You got to go behind him.
I know, I do.
And then you
But
walk
I know.
fast.
And then he goes to another area.
Yeah.
And sits. And I'm like, oh my God, Rocky. Like, he makes me want to cry tears. He made Andy cry.
Jesus, you guys.
You know, Andy was here and he would take them out in the morning.
House guest, yeah.
House guest was here and Rocky would go lay on the basketball court in the heat, right?
Yeah.
And Andy would be like, let's go. And Rocky would be like,
Yeah, whatever, bro.
and he's
like, I'm good.
He's like,
why are you such a little shit
what
then, buddy?
about a treat? And he's
Huh?
like, nah.
Nah. Huh? Why do you do that to people? You don't listen. You don't come either.
No.
Apollo will listen. You just don't care.
Most stubborn dog
It's
ever.
fine. You just want love. He
Hey,
just wants
do you
love.
notice anything?
Your hair looks pretty.
Oh, well, thanks. but
You're
no.
pretty.
Do you notice anything?
You're tan.
I'm not tan.
Well, you
that
have
was a
a
week ago when I
spray
got
tan?
a spray. A week ago, I did that.
Okay,
to you.
well,
You
what am I
never-
supposed to notice?
You never came home.
Okay, what am I noticing now?
Okay.
What?
Look again.
Huh?
Look, do you remember this?
Oh, what's that from?
Do you remember that?
No.
You bought that for me on our honeymoon.
Of course I did. Yeah, I remember now.
was expensive.
Yes, the one in Santorini.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
expensive.
it's a sapphire with diamonds.
So pretty. You got all dressed up today.
No,
for the
I just
vlog.
wanted to put this on to see if you remember. I knew you wouldn't remember.
Yeah. I'm bad with stuff
Do you
like
remember
that.
doing it?
Yes, I do remember. I remember the dude selling it. They were happy. Okay, I gotta make my sandwich. Oh, yeah, we got the tomatoes cut already. Let's go.
No.
This is what I just took a shower. Did you do this? Show me your face. Ha! I knew the man, the myth, the legend.
Did it make you laugh?
Yeah, I was like, what is going on?
It's really loud outside.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, it's loud.
The neighbors would think we're nuts.
They're gonna like, what is wrong with him? He's narcissistic as hell.
What a psycho.
Yeah. So many beautiful places in this home to have lunch. And this is where wifey chooses.
Get off my sandwich.
I'm not on your sandwich. I'm on your tramp stamp right now. Remember when Michael Phelps said that, called that a bullseye? Do you remember that?
He was drunk, I think.
That's fine. Okay. All right. So, what do we got here, honey?
Canes.
Canes? So you love the sauce?
We just got one down the street. I had to get it.
Get it. You get it. Enjoy. Yeah.
I don't like the fries, though.
Soggy?
I don't like crinkle fries.
Hey.
Do you? They're my
Somewhat.
favorite. Want
There-
one?
No, thanks. I'll pass. Appreciate it, though. Alrighty, shirt of the day. Shirt of the day. We're going Contenders Clothing. This is one of the new ones. The Pride and the Pain. We got Rocky Balboa. We got... What do they call him? His name's Clubber. Oh, yeah. Clubber Lang. This was... Yeah, this one fits. We're going to do this for the 250K. Ready to go. Anything else we need? A hat, for sure. Got plenty of those. Which one? We'll go with one of the ones we have downstairs. All right, peeps, we've got a drive-in video. We haven't had a lot of those. We haven't been home, but we're on our way to play the $250,000 buy-in. No limit hold'em. Structure's a lot better for this one than the other ones, a little deeper. You know, normally this one we go right on time, whatever, but after the massive amount of, energy we put into the week, I thought it was best to skip the first few levels. And we get there, when we do, we'll be in there for level 5. We're gonna have 125 big ones. So that's all plenty of chips. And in addition to that, the good news is it'll be a rather short day because we're only gonna be playing 4 levels because they only play 8 levels today. Be done by 9, home by 10, and then we're gonna, go back at it for day 2. Now, some things that I was thinking about with the 250K that's different, and poker, as far as poker being different. We've sort of touched on this a little bit about how during the golden era, one of the most important things was don't do anything stupid, don't punt. They'll give you the chips. Everybody else will punt you. You just sit there, you catch the punts, right? Call off the, and poker's evolved and changed. Players are tougher now, right? So if you're not finding yourself ever punting, then you're not trying to play. You're likely to be far too predictable, and you're not going to get enough chips. So one of the things I'll say this, I'll shout out for the match that I played against Doug Polk. And I remember he said something at the time that didn't make sense to me, but it did now. Because, he said it was a cooler. So what cooler? You bluffed it off to me. What do you mean cooler? And I always thought of a cooler as, okay, I have an ace-high, you have a king-high flush, I have an ace-high flush. Well, that's a cooler. Nothing you could do, right? Bad luck. 2 great hands against each other. But the way you described it, now makes sense to me. It's like some spots are coolers when, say, for example, a bluff where you have the perfect combination, the perfect opponent, the perfect time, the perfect situation to bluff, and then the guy happens to have the nuts or whatever. That's also kind of a cooler. It's not really traditionally called cooler, but the point is there are certain spots where that's going to happen. And if it does, say la vie. Another guy in this tournament said something too. I always take little nuggets from these guys. Said, you're going to bust the tournament almost for sure, right? Only one person wins. So as long as you make the right decisions, right? Don't worry about it. Like, instead of the idea behind, tournament poker, like survive, just don't go broke. You're going to probably go broke. So do it swinging, which means, guys, today, when the spots arise where we have to bluff, we're going to do it, right? There may be some, if we get called and we dump out a bunch of chips that are going to look like punts, maybe some will. And if they are, we're going to add them to the oopsie meter. What we're not going to do is we're not going to just sit there like chumps and wait for the game, wait for them to give us the chips. We got to go out, we got to get them. This is what you have to do when you're playing top tier competition. And if you look at the field right now, it's predominantly some of the best no limit hold'em players in the world. So we go to battle, we go to war, we play hard for every damn chip. All right, we're back in the break room. I brought a bunch of stuff, 3 full bags of things, restock here and there, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And the break has just started there 4 minutes ago, so we're going to jump right in here and we're going to play. One thing I wanted to touch on, and I want to do this as delicately as possible. If you've noticed, I imagine you've noticed that I don't film as much when I'm playing like higher stakes no limit. And it's not because I'm like, oh, I need to focus, I can't film. It generally comes from, and this is not across the board, right? Because there's no such thing. Like there's different people, some this, some that. But as a general rule or as a general majority, the players in those events are what I like to call too cool for school, right? You know what that means, too cool for school, right? And they probably see what I do as kind of a carnival act and like a joke, you know, I'm probably, you know, and I'm not going to name names because it's irrelevant, but like, I'm like the joke circus clown, you know, who's promoting the game and doing the vlogs and all that sort of stuff. And a lot of them just don't care. A lot of them are not interested. And a lot of them like, actually, you know, hard to say, but anyway, different strokes. I mean, at some point you would think, but it's hard. It's hard to, at some point you would think that, I don't know if I should say this. Yeah, I'm going to say it anyway. Some sense of gratitude. Because a lot of them that are making a lot of money, you know, the game didn't grow from the days of Dole Brunson and Chip Reese and Phil Hellmuth and Mike Matisow and myself. The game didn't grow because people fell in love with 30-second to check, you know, nothingness as far as like entertainment value. Entertainment value is what brought people to the game, you know, and I'm a part of that, and I have no shame in that. I enjoy doing it, and it doesn't faze me. You know, it's not like it's a problem. I just like, they don't want to engage, a lot of them, so I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna force something that ain't there. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, occasionally you get some fun ones, but usually it's kind of like a bore. I'm just being honest. All right, the only break of the day, we got 1,045,000 from 1.5 million. Really uneventful. The very first hand I sat down, guy raised under the gun, I looked down, aces. 3-bet, he folded. And then we have literally like almost no interesting hands to discuss, but I picked out one. Maybe we'll talk about two, because it's a no limit tournament and I know y'all love that sort of thing. This is gonna be the only break because we got 2 more hours left and then it's done for the day. We still have heaps because the big is only 20K, so that's over 50 bigs. And we got moved to a different table. Well, there's maybe 3 hands we'll talk about. No, 2. Yeah, there was 2. Let's just do them, okay? Let's just do it. Head over to the steam room. Talk a little no limit Texas Hold'em. Okay, let's talk a couple hands. Now remember, we're deep stacked, you know, 100 plus big blinds, which calls for a different strategy, and I really enjoy. I much prefer playing deep. Now you ask, well, why didn't I show up on time? Because we were tired. But anyway, let's talk about the hand. The blinds are 6 and 12,000. Barack in the hijack makes it 25,000, which is basically a min raise, right? I'm on the button, and I have 7-8 of spades. This is exactly kind of a dream spot. This is a powerhouse when you play deep in position, because in modern poker, this is one that you can actually call 4-bets because they come really, really small. Now, in the old days, you know, pure small ball would have just flatted this hand. 2 reasons. Number 1, people would, quote unquote, give you their chips. And number 2, when people 4-bet, which they 4-bet too much, it was too big. So they wouldn't let you see the flop. They're like, they're so scared. They got 10s. They're like, re-raise huge, you know? So nowadays, with the sizes being smaller, and the 3-bet and 4-bet size, it allows you to play these hands in position a little more. So I 3-bet to 75,000. Now you just say, why so small, Daniel? Isn't the standard 3-bet supposed to be bigger? Yes, it is. But in terms of how I want to play, I'm not 3-betting for fold equity. I have a little bit. Like if he has a really bad hand, he might just fold. But that's not the goal. The goal is to make the pot bigger with a hand that goes really well post flop, right? Because it's a pretty easy hand to play on most cases. You know what I mean? You know, you don't flop anything, you're just done, whatever. Or you know, you c-bet, try to bluff. Because when I do that with those hands, and I also do it with the ace-king type hands, you know, I can win on a lot of ace-high flops as well. So it folds him, he calls. The flop is ace-10-6. So I don't have a backdoor flush draw. It's a rainbow flop. So 3 different suits. I say that sometimes, and the editors just still put suits. Rainbow means 3 different suits, guys. Okay. Flop is ace 10 6. He checks. I go for 60K. No, I bet 50. Sorry, I bet 50,000. Yeah, and he calls. And now the turn is the decision point. The turn is a 5. Okay, so now we have the perfect bluff candidate because we have outs. We have a 9 or a 4. Now we're thinking about our opponent and their type. First and foremost, I was leaning towards my read, him having an ace here. It's probably more often than not, just based on a read thing. But it is a good card to barrel with. Now, when you do barrel, a lot of times you're going to have to continue. One of the concerns you want to, when you bet here, is you don't want to get check raised, right? So ask yourself, well, are you up against an opponent that would? Yeah, he might check raise like 2 pair sets, which he can have 10s, he can have 6s, he can have ace 10, he can have ace 6 suited, even 5 6 suited, frankly. I don't know if he raises that one, but maybe. Anyway, I elect in this case to go with a different line. My line was going to be bet, check, bet. And I think that's credible too, because I check back some turns with an ace, like ace, queen, ace, king for pot control, and then I would value bet some rivers, right? So it's still credible that I could have an ace here. He checks, I check. Right, turn. The river's a 5, pair's the 5. And like I said, if he checks here, I'm going to bet probably about half pot. Looks like value with ace, queen, ace, king type hand. But he doesn't let me. He bets 210. Now, could he be bluffing? Sure. Can I beat a bluff? No. Even if he has 9-8, queen, jack, king, queen, all those types of hands, the only play for me to here in order to win the pot would be raise. That's unfortunately not credible, right? Because when I check back this turn, it's how am I going to pretend I have a full house now, which I'm going to need to have? And what, I could have just 3 5s, I guess. I could be repping that. But he went pretty large, 210 into 280. So obviously we just folded that hand. And that was like literally the only interesting one. The other one that I played was on the button at 612. I make it 30K with queen 3 of clubs. Chewy calls. The flop is ace 8-7 with 1 spade, or that doesn't matter. Ace 8-7 rainbow. He checks, I go for 25, just trying to steal it right here, hoping he has like a bad king high or whatever. He calls. Now I'm mostly done with the hand, right? Turns a 6. Now it smashes him, right? There's really no, it's hard for me to win this one, right? He checks, I check. Well, the river's a 10. So now a big fat 9 makes a straight. There's a 4-liner out there. If he has just an 8 or a 7, or even just some bad, just like a 1 ace type hand, after he checks, it's a pretty tough call. Because I mean, I could certainly have a 9 here. There's a lot of hands with a 9 in it that I would c-bet flop and check back turn. So I go for 90,000 into about 128 or whatever. And he does make the call. Hats off Chewy with the ace 4 of clubs. So got caught on that bluff. Didn't hit on the 7-8. You know, chose the lower variance route on the turn. So far, we're doing just fine. We're doing the things we want to do. Just like I said, we haven't really been able to dance much because we haven't really been getting the tickets, except for that first aces hand. It's been all downhill from there in terms of card distribution. Martin Cabril, do I have permission to film you? I'm going to ask you a question, okay? Do you want to be best friends? Do you want to be best friends?
Yes.
Did we just become best friends?
Yes.
You ever watch Step Brothers?
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
No.
Okay, we're supposed to do the Step Brothers thing, but okay, we can be best friends. It's fine.
Good luck to you, Daniel.
Good
Don't
luck
miss
to you.
a hand, Daniel.
I'm good. They take 45
You are
seconds.
not easy
each
to bluff
decision.
today. I was thinking you will be like hopping there, but I understand it's only $250,000 tournament, so it's nothing.
Yeah, you can't bluff me.
Mister,
Okay, yes.
show me your media pass.
You don't want me to film anymore? Dude, last time you ripped
you
my
remember
shirt.
that, yeah?
Yeah, please don't rip my
No?
shirt. That's not nice. Like, come on.
We
I was being friendly. Yeah, there you go.
Show me his media pass.
All right, so day one is complete. We ended with 1.345. Had it up. I was down to about 900. Turned it into 2.4 money. No, anyway, I have to finish my vlog.
Yeah, continue.
Okay, with my new best friend.
Just continue.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is I got some hands to talk about, and we're gonna do it on the drive home because
Because we go for Wi-Fi and puppies.
Yeps, yeah, whatever he said. Okay, so we're not done. I'm gonna do a couple hand breakdowns in the drive home. All right, so as I said, got a lot of hands to talk about. Well, a few anyway. At this one, the blinds are 15, 25,000. Chance Corneth raised the button to 50,000. I defend big blind with mystery cards. I'm not going to tell you. You're going to have to figure that out for yourself. Okay. Now, the flop is Jack 9 deuce with 2 clubs. I check. He bets 105,000. Let me just let the card draft. You drive, bud. You got it. He bets 105,000. I check call. Turn is a 7. I check. He bets 335 with about 800 back. I have about the same. I think maybe cover by a nose, but it's very close. I think I cover actually, yeah, by a little bit. I check raise all in. Okay? All in. And so in the comments down below, because I'm not going to tell you because everybody was interested in what I had. You know, didn't show my hand, he folded. Everyone's interested. In the comments down below, it was one of these two hands. Okay, I'm telling you, it was one of these two hands for sure. Now you tell me in the comments. You're either team Queen 10 offsuit with no club.
500 feet.
Okay, Queen 10 offsuit, no club, which is a bluff, or 10-8 offsuit with no club, which would be the nut straight. It was one of those two hands. You tell me what you think in the comments. So maybe somebody put like a team Queen 10 and then a team, 8-10, and then see which team wins. I'm going to take this one. Too soon. Oh, let's not hit those people. They look very nice. Okay, so then what happened right after that? An annoying one. I open at 1525 to 65,000 with jacks. I don't have a diamond. Okay. Ike Haxton is in the big blind. He defends 65. The flop is 9-5 deuce. 9 of hearts, 5 of diamonds, deuce of diamonds. He checks. I bet little over pot. I bet 175. Now on a board like this, you can go big in position on a 9 deuce 5 kind of thing. You're kind of like targeting the 9 here for size. And he calls, and I tell you everything in my body. Everything. So he's got like 9-10 off. Everything. It was like sometimes you have those Ouija weird like feelings. And I'm like, this guy is 9-10 for sure. So the turn is the 3 of diamonds. Okay? So now the flush gets there, I should be scared. The straight gets there, I should be scared. I'm not scared. I know he has 9-10. I'm like very, very confident. I don't know, for some reason I'm very confident. So I say, you know what, buddy? You want to hit? You want to draw? Hopefully you don't. I didn't know if he had a diamond or not until he called. I bet 325,000 on this turn. Pretty good sizable bet, about 62% of pot on the flush board. He calls. River. What was it? 4 of diamonds. So now the board is deuce 3, 4, 5 of diamonds, 9. He thinks for a while. I think maybe he's thinking about turning his hand into a bluff if he doesn't have a diamond. He's got things going on, right? So ultimately he checks, and I'm saying, okay, well, hopefully it's enough, what I think it is without the diamond, and I just win with the jacks. He checks. I check. And guess what he had? 9 of diamonds, 10. I knew it. I was like dialed into everything. I just felt it. Okay, more to it than that, but I promise you, I felt it. So we lost that one. We're up to 2.4. Lost that one, and then basically the very last hand of the night. This shouldn't have happened the way it did, but Big Al opens for 65 at 25K under the gun. Kristen Foxton calls in the cutoff. I was going to flat my hand, but when Kristen calls, I think it's important to put her in the squeeze. On the button with 2 red jacks. Again. So I make it 200, 8 bigs. David Peters in the small blind. After raise, flat, me re-raise, jam. This is not a bluff, ladies and gentlemen. It's not a bluff. Now, I still have a tough decision, right? 1.3 million more. However, under the gun, Al folds in disgust and shows the jack of clubs. That makes my decision much easier, okay? Because if I'm up against ace king, okay, I have one less jack to hit if he hits ace king. If he has queens, kings, or aces, I'm just completely dead. So obviously I fold the jacks there, pretty standard. Especially, it was a fold anyways, but then when you see the jack, it's like a big time fold. So we go into day 2. A little disappointing in terms of where we were at, but whatever. We have starting stack, 45 bigs for tomorrow. We're gonna grind, play good. I'm zoned in. I'm dialed. Like the 9-10 hand. I'm telling you, I would have bet money that he had 9-10 off. I did 325K. All right, off to home. Back at it tomorrow at noon. Day 2, 250K. No limit.